You step through the sliding glass doors of a supermarket in mid-July and it hits you. That physical wall of manufactured winter. The AC is blowing so
Why is it so
hard you
cold
actually
here?
shiver in the protocyle. You don't think about the massive roof compressors, the chemical refrigerants, or the megawatt power grid keeping it all running. You just buy your ice cream and leave. It feels normal. It feels like a fundamental right. Now, strip away the grid. Rewind 10,000 years. You are walking across the sun-baked plains of the Indus Valley. The air isn't just hot, it has a physical weight. It's 118 degrees Fahrenheit. The soil is cracking under your bare feet. There is no switch to flip. There is nowhere to hide. So the question is, before the grid, before Freon, before electricity, how did a soft, furless, water-filled mammal survive a climate that should have baked it alive? The first line of defense wasn't something your ancestors built. It was the machine they were trapped inside, your body. We tend to think of heat exhaustion as a failure, but before you collapse, your body deploys a masterclass in thermodynamics. When that 118-degree air hits you, your heart starts pumping harder. Not because you're panicked, but because your blood is acting as a radiator coolant. It's a process called vasodilation. Your blood vessels expand, rushing hot blood away from your vital internal organs and pushing it right up to the surface of your skin to dump the heat into the surrounding air. Combine that with millions of sweat glands firing simultaneously to create evaporative cooling, and you become a walking, breathing air conditioner. Evolution didn't give us thick hides or venom, it gave us the ultimate thermodynamic system. You are an animal built to outsweat the sun. But the body has limits. Sweating drains your water. Pumping blood drains your energy. Eventually, you have to build a shield. And what our ancestors built was brilliant because they didn't fight the heat, they manipulated it. Look at the ancient steppe wells of India, the Baolis. Instead of building towers up into the punishing sun, ancient architects dug down, sometimes 5, 6, 7 stories straight into the earth. As you walk down the geometric stone steps of a Baoli, the temperature drops by as much as 15 degrees Celsius. They didn't just dig a well, they built an inverted skyscraper designed to trap heavy, cool air at the bottom. It was an underground oasis, a subterranean chill room powered entirely by shadow and the natural evaporation of groundwater. Or go to central Turkey, to the ancient region of Cappadocia. When the summer heat turned the surface of the earth into an anvil, the people there didn't just build thicker roofs, they moved the entire city under the crust of the planet. They carved a metropolis called Derinkuyu deep into the volcanic rock, 18 stories straight down. It could hold 20,000 people. Down there, the rock insulated them from the blazing sun, keeping a constant, perfect temperature of about 55 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. But how do 20,000 people breathe 18 stories underground without suffocating? They engineered massive ventilation shafts, plunging hundreds of feet down. The difference in air pressure between the cool, deep tunnels and the hot surface created a natural vacuum effect. The hot air rapidly rose out of the chimneys, continuously pulling fresh air down into the living spaces. They built a planetary lung. Without a single wire, fan, or motor, they made the Earth breathe for them. And they didn't just bend stone and air. They bent time. In the most extreme environments, early humans realized that fighting the noon sun was a losing mathematical equation. So they invented the most powerful heat survival tactic of all: intentional stillness. They split their lives in two. High-energy labor, hunting and building, happened in the cool blue light of dawn. As the sun reached its zenith, society intentionally powered down. The siesta, the midday retreat, these weren't cultural luxuries or signs of laziness. They were strict biological imperatives. You survived the killing hours by refusing to participate in them. You let the heat have the afternoon. Extreme heat came at human beings with everything it had. It threw deadly radiation, suffocating ambient temperatures, and blinding light at us. And we answered it with a symphony of blood flow, subterranean geometry, and radical stillness. The modern air conditioner humming above that supermarket aisle isn't a miraculous break from our past. It is just the most recent, loudest tool in a war your species has been fighting and winning for tens of thousands of years. You aren't just a fragile creature hiding from the summer. You are the descendant of people who turned the earth itself into a shield, who breathed the cool air of stone cities, and who stared down the sun and survived.